Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this recap video I'm going to walk you through a trade in gold that spans both the longer term and the shorter term time frames. And the reason I like this is because a lot of times traders think, well, do the same tools that you use on the daily time frames, Raghee, I know how much you trade those and how often your positions and your monster trades are on that time frame, but I like short term. What about short term? What do you have for me there? I get that question a lot, so let's tackle it here. Let me mention that every analysis that I do starts with the daily because it is, psychologically speaking, the dominant time frame. People know where the market closes. The trend on the daily is typically the trend that they will view the market as trading within. That's just the touchstone most market participants use, end of day or daily charts. So I'll start my analysis there. Not that it's going to end there, and not that this is the time frame that will ultimately be the trade, but this is where I'll start. And it's interesting to note that on gold right now, after we transitioned from the previous uptrend now to what I think is a whole bunch of chop in this area, we transition also the old swing buy trend following to more of a choppy expectation. And so the trading style here changes. This no longer is applicable. I'm going to employ a completely different style. So let's talk about that now. This is an overbought, oversold style. So if you want to, the first thing you can do is just go grab the slow stochastic. That's what I like to put on the chart. And I'll basically look to see if the market is testing near-term lows. How do I identify near-term lows? We have a little saying in the Simpler Futures chat room. Don't be a precious little snowflake. No special precious little snowflake lines and levels. Use support that has been proven to be support or resistance in the past. In other words, what was once resistance becomes support. What was once support has a pretty good chance of being support. So when we use these Darvis 2.0 levels, and that's the indicator that I have running on this chart right now, when I use these Darvis 2.0 levels, and I look to see where price is in proximity with these previous levels, I just extend these levels to the right, and immediately, objectively, automatically, I have a zone that I can, excuse me, that I can watch. So now that I have a zone of support, I will then use the stochastic. And this is just a classic fade setup. And that's what I'm talking about here. Now in the premium video, I'm going to walk you guys through what it is. Now, obviously, this is a buy. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. What is this? This is a buy on the GC. But this level here, of course, being a buy, also opens up other types of gold plays, whether that be GDX, whether that be GLD, whether that be options on the futures. How do we play alternative or even complementary setups? How do I go intraday? So let me transition over to that before I leave you here. How do we transition to intraday? How do we know that there is actually some momentum that's triggering with this support zone that the Darvis 2.0 has identified? I'm going to go to a 60 or 30-minute time frame. Both of these are trending very nicely to the downside. If I'm going to play a trend reversal, I better have a really good quality trend as a precursor to that. Otherwise, if I don't have a good quality trend, who cares that a sloppy trend or a low quality trend, a low clarity trend has reversed? Nobody. That's who will care. So what we want to do is take a look at what the best quality downtrend was. I think there's a good argument for it being either the 60 or the 30. The 30 has already occurred, and a couple things have actually now got me pretty interested in maybe intraday today. We have this support level. Maybe we could even see a momentum buy. The propulsion dots that we had, which were bearish propulsion dots through here, stopped. And now we've got the bullish propulsion dots plotting. So this is fantastic. This is a good sign for intraday strength. And that's one example of how we can take a daily, understand not only different asset classes, identify the zone that we could find supported, and then see if a shorter term time frame could trigger an intraday setup within the confines of the support on the daily. And it's the perfect example right here. Keep an eye on that 30-minute chart of gold. Keep an eye on this Darvas 2.0 level. This could be a very good squeeze forming here as well. For momentum, I would also look for the oversold buy. And this is a really nice look at what could be ultimately a way gold moves higher.